Happy birthday to me, and I'm giving you guys the present, so I hope you guys enjoy this. To start out with, what I'm doing is playing an A7th, and we're going to pluck the A note on the 5th string, and then come down over the A, and then we're lifting our ring finger off that 2nd string. Off and back on, and then we go to an A minor 7th. Then what you want to do is slide up, okay, and you're going to slide to the 3rd, and just keeping that finger to the 3rd and 4th fret, and you're going to add your pinky down onto the 1st string. Then you lift it up and come back when you strike the strings. So you have this so far. Okay, and then you're back into it. You want to keep that finger off when you lift this A7th. Then they go into a G, D, and then back into it. It's almost like one motion there when you're sliding up, touching it, and sliding back. And again, you got your G, D, and A. So that's the very intro there. Here's the next section they go into. We'll play it at speed and then we'll break it down. So for the chords in this part, what I'm doing is playing an A sus2. So I'm on the 2nd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and I got the rest ringing open. I'm not playing the 6th string. Then we go to G, then D to G. And I think it's important to not use this type of G. You want that B to ring out, that 5th. It just sounds better to me. So see what you think, but what I'm doing is, so we got A sus2 to G, D to G, then A sus2 to D, then G. Okay, then you repeat it. When you come to this G, you're going to do that When you come to this G, you're going to do that lick that everyone's familiar with. You're going to go from G to A twice, and the A is more of a power chord. And again, throughout the song, he does this a little different. I'm just vamping on that A string, barely palm muting it. And he changes it throughout the song. Sometimes he's totally palm muting it. Or you can just do it lightly palm muted in different parts of it. And then he goes, okay, so one thing I want to point out is that last G in this phrase, you want to hit the G note and then the chord. So you're hitting that 6th string and then strumming it. So it'll sound like this. So you're going from A to D in that last G. Again, I'll just play that last phrase. And then we're into the... Then he starts singing again. Now this part where he goes about, brother, did you bring me some silver? You're playing this riff kind of throughout that. You do a measure of that. And then you go to a G, D, back to this. Again, another measure of that, and then a D, G. Then we're going to do a half measure of it. So let me take you from the second part of this. We've already done one measure of this lick, G, and we're in the second part, so it'll go like this. Okay, so again, a half measure of it, so we do the G to A, G to A, then he does C, D, so it's a little bit different. Yes, I brought you to keep me from the gallows pole, or something to that effect, but it changes. He goes C, D. Okay, the next section that we'll do at speed is again, everything kind of kicks in. You got banjo, you've got mandolin, you've got fiddle, bass. And what I saw Paige do live is this. I'll play it at speed and show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so what I'm doing there is, again, we got the lick going. Then we do our GD. What he's doing is he's sliding up and referencing an A, but he's only playing the 3rd string at the 6th fret, 4th string, 7th fret. And you can play all the open strings except for the 6th. Okay, that gives it kind of that banjo sound. And then you go back into your A, D, E. One other thing I think I hear the guitars doing is going from a G in a D form up to A. So we're at the 7th fret to 9. So you got this. The very last licks that he's doing is so the way to count this is a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... So... So that's the song. So I hope everyone enjoys.